What is good, guys? So we're finally back with another video. Now I just want to finish the women's 800 semis. Now we're moving a bit faster than before, so we're covering the rest of day 2 and then we'll jump into day 3 as well. Like I said, we're gonna be changing things up just a little bit so that way we could catch up with the day 3 day 4 competition, which will be ahead of schedule next time. I apologize to you guys for not submitting things on time today due to the fact that most of the races come out, I would say, later at night due to the time zone. But we're here to cover what's going on right now. So we have Canera Coleman, Sabrina Southland, Kate Grace, and you have Sephora, you have Athing Mu, you have all the other good names that's on the list. So we're gonna start with the semis for the 800 meters for the women's, and then we'll jump into the semi-final for the women's 100, and then the final will also be right after. Like I said, I've been hearing so much what happened, and I will make some early prediction heading to Paris at the end of the women's 100 meter final. There's a lot that needs to happen, so enough said. Let us watch the women's 800 meters now.
Just to make it to the final here. Rasheen's mother, Rita, competed at the Olympics for Ireland. Sydney 2000. Here we go.
Now, just before they start, let's talk about this. Now, the 800 is a very, very technical race because you're doing 2 times of the 400. So you basically have to pace yourself. This is half of a the 800 is half of a mile. So definitely it's 2 laps, and then the second lap is when you actually fully kick in your speed to finish the race. So the first round should be more of slowing down, keeping your pace, but let's see what's gonna happen. All right, guys.
First semi in the women's 800 meters, top 2 go through the next.
All right, Athing Mu is there.
And you talk about this one being the semi-final of Death Auto, which means that these women are going to have to run and really go for it. You can kind of see it on Roisin's face, like she was ready and kind of nervous and anxious about this moment. But they're going to have to run this like a final. They want to be guaranteed a spot in that top 2.
I want to see if Athing Mu wants to get to the front. She has no interest in being in the front, and I always worry about that long back kick that she has. We saw her almost get tripped at the Olympic trials 3 years ago. We saw her almost get tripped in Budapest. So right now, Athing Mu is tucked in the second, lots of space in front of her.
She has to push because this is the semis. She has to push. Right now, Athing Mu is placed in second.
Athing Mu's reaction to the heat. What was it
And
like?
normally they have like a pacer to pace the. So now they're speeding up.
Wake up my legs. And Rose has gone through very quickly, 57.7. The rest of the pack not really interested, Sonia, in going that fast for the first lap.
Listen, Michaela Rose likes to run from the front, but I was not expecting her to gap the field this much. I think Mo's still in good position. I like that she's in the second pack, but I would like to see her making a move now to close this up in this, third 200.
You know who is starting to make things up is the 35-year-old Kate Grace. The mum is out on the track for a shot at going to the Olympics, but I tell you what, they've got some work to do to catch Michaela Rose.
This is crazy.
See Athing Mu move here, so
she's in trouble.
Tested in the final 100. Rose looks good. She's full of run still, and she has a nice cushion. Now here comes Athing Mu. Kate Grace is taking it to Athing Mu. Athing Mu. Now they're starting to come in and catch Michaela Rose. Look
Come on, come on.
Athing Mu, they're going to swap Michaela Rose. Right
Top 3, but still, she did good. She led the first half. She led the second half, and she almost got to first. But Athing Mu pace herself. This is what it means. The 800 is always an interesting race to see because you don't know who might win this. Somebody might trip because everybody's so tied up into lane 1 and lane 2. So it's a lot that's going on, and it's very technical. You can't just full blast and race the entire track. Like, you have to take your time, and I think she did just that. That's crazy. But that was a good one too.
Fall and collision by Kate Grace into the scoreboard. Oh my goodness. This is a very significant finish, even though it's the first semifinal. This is a fast semifinal, but Michaela Rose now has to sit at
159. 159 flat. That's no joke.
9 flat is going to get in. Athing Mu's the winner, we know that. Kate Grace does get second place. Those two are in. Watch another look.
Watch this. Just coming together, and then Kate loses her balance and just careens into the scoreboard.
What happens is she's trying to sneak in on the inside, and Michaela Rose doesn't want to give up the inside, but she feels Athing Mu coming on her outside. Right here, Otto, I wasn't sure if Athing Mu had anything left in her.
Oh yeah, a lot of people don't remember. And track, they allowed this only a few times. If somebody's coming into your inside pocket, especially you're so bunched up, you get to elbow them. That way they get pushed back. That's the only time you would see track get a little bit violent. That's crazy.
Legs, but like I tell you, it's muscle memory, and she's so used to winning, and she can smell Michaela Rose running out of gas, and she just gives just enough at the end. But man, that was tough for Kate Grace.
That's a little bit of inexperience there by Rose. She hadn't closed the door properly on the rail. She will learn how to do that. This is not the NCAAs, and if you leave a little bit of a space, somebody is going to try to push you aside to get it, and that's what Kate Grace did.
All right, Kate Grace, and then Michaela Rose got third. Okay, so guys, we're stopping it here. This was the women's semifinals for the women's 800. So now we're going to move on to the women's semifinal for the 100, and then we will start finishing up the final, and then we will close out day 2, and then we will start day 3, which covers the men's 100 heats as well as the semi and the final. We're putting it all in once. We're not following the track schedule because there's so much going on, but I could guarantee you guys this, that Athing Mu and Kate Grace